Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Philippine Navy asserts protection over Sabina Shoal amid reclamation concerns. 303rd Infantry Brigade condemns NPA's killing spree in Negros Occidental. Meralco announces rate hike due to increased generation charges. DWDD warns public against fake cash assistance program for graduating students. Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, May 17, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for a brief overview of our stories, the Philippine Navy spokesperson Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad declared that the Navy will not allow reclamation activities at Sabina or Escoda Shoal in the West Philippine Sea. This statement follows the confirmation of a natural crash coral presence raising the shoal's elevation. Commodore Trinidad reported that a Navy ship is stationed in the area, supported by the regular presence of the Philippine Coast Guard, to expose any illegal coral dumping activities. He emphasized that Sabina Shoal, located 35 miles closer to the Palawan mainland than Ayungin Shoal, lies within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Also, the Philippine Navy announced the deployment of a warship to Escoda Shoal, also known as Sabina Shoal, in response to reported attempts by China to conduct reclamation activities in the area. Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad, the Philippine Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, informed the reporters that a warship has been stationed in the area for several days to monitor and expose any reclamation activities. He emphasized that the Philippine Navy is determined to prevent a repeat of the 2012 to 2013 reclamation by China in the West Philippine Sea, which led to the creation of artificial islands turned into military bases. The Philippine Coast Guard previously accused the China of building an artificial island in the West Philippine Sea feature, with Commodore J. Tariela noting piles of dead and crushed coral altering the sandbar size and elevation.
Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in from GEO about National Security Council welcomes public support for West Philippine Sea stance.
Yes, Rofh, the National Security Council warmly welcomed the latest survey results showing public support for the government's position on the West Philippine Sea issue. NSA Secretary Eduardo Año stated that Filipinos are advocates of peace but are prepared to defend their rights and territory. According to the first quarter 2024 Tugon ng Masa survey, 73% of respondents favor prioritizing military action to address threats to sovereignty and national territory. Additionally, 68% support the continued modernization of the armed forces of the Philippines to more effectively defend against external aggression. Moreover, Secretary Año expressed gratitude to the public for their ongoing support. This is Gio reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Gio.
DWDD Armed Forces.
The 303rd Infantry Brigade condemned the recent killing of innocent civilians by the New People's Army in Negros Occidental. Brigadier General Orlando Edralin labeled these violent acts as gross human rights violations and inhumane. Furthermore, he urged the Negrosanans to report NP activities and demand an end to the senseless violence. The Commission on Human Rights announced it will conduct independent investigations into the killings. It can be recalled that the NPA admitted to killing 9 civilians, including a person with a disability, accusing them of being military informants.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Manila Electric Company customers will see higher electricity bills this month due to increased generation charges amid the intense heat affecting the supply. Meralco announced a rate hike of 46.21 centavos, bringing the cost to 11.41 per kilowatt per hour from 10.95 per kilowatt per hour in March. This translates to an additional 92 pesos for residential customers consuming 200 kilowatt per hour. The increase is driven by a 44.55 centavos per kilowatt per hour rise in generation charges, alongside the higher costs from the wholesale electricity spot market and power supply agreements.
Armed Forces Radio.
For more updates, let us hear the details from Rocky regarding the Philippine Navy ensures the security for civilian mission in West Philippine Sea.
Yes, Rofh, Philippine Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad, assured strict monitoring of the civilian mission led by the Atin Ito coalition in parts of the West Philippine Sea. While declining to disclose further details regarding their deployment for the activity, the official guaranteed the safety of individuals participating in the mission. Commodore Trinidad also announced the Philippine Coast Guard's involvement in safeguarding the civilian mission's flotilla. Additionally, the official commended the organizers of Atin Ito for their initiative, stating that their actions demonstrate a whole-of-the-nation approach to the West Philippine Sea issue, which China should respect. This is Rocky reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Rocky.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development warned the public about a fraudulent cash assistance program promising 5,000 pesos to all graduating students. The agency identified a suspicious Facebook page offering 5,000 cash assistance to 2024 graduates in exchange for their personal information. The DSWD clarified that there is no program from them that provides the said aid for all graduating students this year. Furthermore, the department urged the public to report such pages and to refer only to their official verified social media accounts for legitimate programs.
DWDD National News.
The National Irrigation Administration has recommended to farmers to capture the value added in palay through contract farming in order to increase their income. NIA Administrator Eduardo Gilan explained that the program is not limited to providing more affordable rice to consumers, but it could also benefit farmers if they become entrepreneurs. According to Gilan, the average value added from palay production to rice milling is worth 37 pesos per kilogram. He also shared that under contract farming, farmers area prioritize in the distribution of farm equipment, particularly the rice processing system of the Philippine Center for Post-Harvest Development and Mechanization.
Armed Forces Radio.
Now let us hear from our reporter on the ground for more updates about collaborative Saad nga Balay project kicks off in Samar. Go on for the details, Beth.
The groundbreaking ceremony for the Saad nga Balay for Peace Builders took place in the barangay Makaala, Calbiga, Samar. It's aimed to provide decent homes and encourage the integration of remaining active rebels into society. The Saad nga Balay Bahay na Pangako project is a collaborative effort of involving Philippine Army, municipal, provincial and national government agencies. The initiative intended to foster the spirit of bayanihan and support the full integration of former rebels into mainstream society. This is Betaniete reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Taniete.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Justice guaranteed consideration for human rights in all government undertakings. According to DOJ Undersecretary Raul Vasquez, this is through the creation of the Special Committee on Human Rights Coordination as directed in the Administrative Order No. 22 issued by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Vasquez said this special committee will have coordination functions, unlike the Commission on Human Rights, which is an independent constitutional body. He also added that one of the mandates of the special committee is to assure a human rights approach on the drugs problem.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Tourism called for the upgrades of airports outside the Metro Manila. DOT Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco underscored that services and facilities in secondary gateways such as Cebu, Davao, Iloilo, and other areas should be improved to further boost the country's tourism industry. In regard to this, the department, in collaboration with Department of Transportation, has already made positive developments such as enhancing terminal facilities and introducing a layover program to attract transit passengers, according to Frasco. Despite the efforts, the DOT Secretary stressed that significant upgrades are still needed to enhance the operational efficiency.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more update outside our station. Let us hear from Terence about Suzon commends PCG for blocking China's illegal reclamation in Escoda Shoal.
One private party's representative, Rofh Gutierrez, commended the Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, for its quick reaction in the blocking of the illegal reclamation of China of some parts of Escoda Shoal. Gutierrez said in a press conference that he commends the PCG at naagapan po nila ito. Nakita po nila, he added, and now that aware po yung government natin, we're confident that the executive will take the proper measures to make sure na hindi mangyayari ulit yung nangyari sa ating ibang mga shoals. The lawmaker took potshots at the notion that many fake products in the market today are China-made, and it also applies to islands that are the subject of their illegal reclamation. Kasi yun seems to be the technique ng China. Ang galing nilang gumawa ng peke, kahit peking island, kaya po nila, he said. Thus, he said that he commends the support and supports fully the PCG, and he is also in full support to our armed forces of the Philippines and Philippine Navy in their effort to blast China for trying to illegally encroach the said area. This is Terence Mordena Grana reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Much Terence.
DWDD.
Our time is 12:30 in the afternoon, and you're still tuning at AFP Radio, the DWDD Facebook page. And for our announcement, this is good news for our AFP pensioners. For those whose pension accounts are with Land Bank of the Philippines, you may withdraw your pension for the month of May starting tomorrow, April 16, Thursday. For AFP pensioners with account at Development Bank of the Philippines and Philippines Veterans Bank, you may withdraw on the 17th of this month on Friday. If your pension account is tagged as hold, please contact the AFP PGMC office or call their hotline at 0966 311 5003 for further assistance.
DWDD. National News.
And for our other development story, the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. believed that the partnership between U.S. equity firm Cerberus and South Korea's HD Hyundai Heavy Industries in the strategically located Subic Bay will allow the Philippines to regain its footing in the global shipbuilding industry. The President announced the partnership in Malacanang yesterday, wherein he welcomed the two global companies to the Philippines and expressed optimism about the project's potential impact on the country's economy. According to President Marcos, Hyundai's investments would not only open new doors for the country's offshore wind industry, but will also bring maritime manufacturing back to Subic and eventually restore the glory days of shipbuilding to the Philippine shores. Hyundai already conducted ship repairs and maintenance at the Aguila Subic yard, which Cerberus acquired in 2022 after its former owner faced bankruptcy.
DWDD. National News.
House Speaker Martin Romualdez challenged the Bureau of Internal Revenue to hit its revenue collection target in order for the government to increase spending and contribute more to economic growth. Romualdez that despite 17% growth in BIR's total collections last year, such an improvement would only bring in 2.94 trillion pesos for the agency this year, falling short of the 2024 collection goal of 3.05 trillion pesos. To achieve this said goal, Romualdez said the Congress has given the necessary tools to BIR to collect more effectively from taxpayers, particularly the Ease of Paying Taxes Act, which aims to modernize and increase the efficiency and effectiveness of tax administration. Furthermore, the House Speaker emphasized that the country's economic growth this year depends in large part on the government carry out this year's budget.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
Bringing us the latest insights from the city, we have our correspondent Jai. Let us hear the details about National Security Council urges the Congress support for military modernization.
Rofh, the National Security Council made an appeal to the Senate and the House of Representatives to back programs aimed at accelerating the modernization of the Philippine military. National Security Advisor Eduardo Anyo emphasized that these programs are crucial for enabling the armed forces of the Philippines to concentrate fully on territorial defense, especially amid tensions in the West Philippine Sea. Moreover, he stated that he's hoping that the Congress will continue to allocate the necessary funds to implement Horizon 3 of the AFP modernization program. Responding to the public's call, Anyo emphasized the administration's commitment in strengthening defense capabilities to prevent any threats to national peace and security. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jai.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Land Transportation Office said there is no need to terminate its Land Transportation Management System contract with its current information technology service provider, Dermalog. During the House Committee on Transportation hearing, LTO Chief Assistant Secretary Vigor Mendoza II disclosed that the agency does not have the capability to take over the LTMS, through which the registration of millions of motor vehicles in the country and driver's license are processed every year. Dermalog is a German company that heads a joint venture with local firms that the LTO had contracted in 2018 to develop and manage the LTMS, which the government now owns. It can be recalled that the Antipolo Representative Romeo Acop, who chairs the said committee, had earlier asked the LTO chief to scrap the Dermalog contract, largely because of the adverse 2023 Commission on Audit report.
DWDD National News.
The Philippines and Norway inked a memorandum of agreement on the mutual recognition of seafarers' certificates. According to Maritime Industry Authority, the said agreement aimed to facilitate the recognition of seafarers' certificates with the goal of maintaining high standards of safety, competence, and professionalism within the global maritime industry. Through the said pact, both countries will cooperate in adhering to the standards of training, certification, and watchkeeping for seafarers 1978 standards. Moreover, the Philippine Embassy in Norway believed that the signing of the MOA would bring an expected increase of 25,000 seafarers to be employed on board Norwegian flagged ships.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear from Mike about 15th CMO Battalion supports the medical outreach program in Basilan.
Yes, Rofh, good afternoon. The 3rd Civil Military Operations Company of the 15th CMO Baing Lasahon Battalion facilitated CMO activities during a medical outreach program in Taberlungan, Maluso, Basilan. The program initiated by the 4th Special Forces Battalion was held in partnership with the Isabela City Rural Health Unit and other volunteers. The medical outreach program aimed to address the healthcare needs of the local population, particularly in areas where access to medical services is limited. Under the guidance of the Philippine Army, medical professionals provided consultations, check-ups, and initial treatments to community members, ensuring that they receive the care they deserve. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mike.
DWDD National News.
The government service insurance system introduced a loan program for its members from 13 areas in the country affected by rabies and the El Nino. Among those who can avail the program are members affected by El Nino in Catbalogan City, Western Samar, Cordova, Naga City, and Toledo City and Cebu, Iloilo City, Buena Vista, Guimaras, Bayawan City in Santa Catalina in Negros Oriental, Antique, Basinan, and Datopiang and Sultans in Barongies in Maguindanao del Sur. Also qualified for the loan are members who are residing or working in Buena Vista, Marinduque, where rising rabies cases have been reported. The GSI has announced that the members and pensioners can borrow up to 40,000 pesos to clear previous loans and receive a maximum net amount of 20,000 pesos, while those without existing loans can apply for up to 20,000 pesos.
DWDD National News.
The Philippines is looking for possible partnerships in fruit crop development in Spain. According to the Department of Foreign Affairs, a high-level delegation from the Department of Agriculture recently visited the Institute of Agri-Food Research and Technology Fruit Center in Lleida, Spain, to explore its innovative agricultural practices and technologies. The Undersecretary for High-Value Crops, Cheryl Marie Natividad Caballero, led the said visit and met with IRTA CEO Dr. Joseph Usal and institutional delegate Dr. Joan Hirona. The discussions focus on enhancing the quality, yield, diversification, and marketability of Philippine food crops, both domestically and internationally.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
For other updates, let us hear the details about one NPA terrorist killed, 5 firearms and other items used for terrorism seized in Masbate. Go ahead, Ali.
In the continuing offensive against the remaining threats in Masbate, a member of the NPA terrorist group was killed while 5 firearms and other items used by the enemy for terrorism were seized after the encounter with the forces of the 2nd Infantry 2nd Tunan Battalion at Barangay Holihogon, Mobo, Masbate on May 8, 2024. The firefight against more or less 10 communist NPA terrorists of Platoon 2 KLG South SRC-4 under Elias K. Mayong lasted for about 10 minutes, resulting in the death of one member of the terrorist group and the seizure of 2 M14 rifles, 2 M16 rifles, 1 M653 rifle, assorted magazines, and other subversive documents. Meanwhile, Brigadier General Jose Rique Ilaniog, Commander 903rd Infantry Patriot Brigade, commended the troops of the 2nd Infantry 2nd Tunan Battalion for their accomplishment. Likewise, he expressed his sympathy to the family of the NPA member who died and urged the remaining NPA members to abandon the armed struggle. This is Ali reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ali from Solcom.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
On the other line, let us hear from Mitch about Naval Forces West showcases the dynamic display ahead of 126th Philippine Navy anniversary.
In anticipation of the 126th Philippine Navy anniversary, the Naval Forces West showcased a dynamic photostatic and kinetic display at SM City Puerto Princesa in Barangay San Miguel on May 12, 2024. The event, organized by the Civil Military Operations Unit, Naval Special Operations Unit, Naval Reserve Center West, and the 3rd Marine Brigade, with the theme Philippine Navy at 126, toward a modern naval force capable of securing the state and contributing to regional peace. This initiative was made possible through collaboration and partnerships, providing the public with an insightful glimpse into the Navy's capabilities and contributions. Naval Forces West expressed their gratitude to the community, stating, "Matamang salamat mga tangay for taking advantage of the opportunity. It is really an honor to share relevant information about your Navy here in Palawan." This is Mitch reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mitch.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Health announced that the province of Isabela in Cagayan Valley is now malaria-free. According to DOH, the said province has not recorded any indigenous cases of malaria from 2014 up to this year. Cagayan Valley Center for Health Development Regional Director Dr. Razel Nikahao said that Isabela province contributed to broader global health objectives by prioritizing malaria control and leveraging partnerships. She also added that the said achievement is a manifestation of the dedication of healthcare workers, government officials, and community leaders.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster